What type of chicken do you want?
Pea chicken. I want your ripping off your chicken.
Oh! Yes, people, what is happening? Welcome back to another vlog. Tonight we are heading to
Rhyl in North Wales, so don't be surprised if we come back tonight with loads of sticks of rock and punching Judiats.
Well,
going to Rhyl, it's a great place in North Wales.
It's a real shame, to be honest with you, because as my dad said, Rhyl, a seaside town, famous for the likes of rock, Punch and Judy, and unfortunately, it just so happened that Jack Ryan is on a cruise ship today and isn't with us. Otherwise, wouldn't he just be perfect for this?
He would have been perfect for the Punch and Judy show on the beach. He could have come on with a big red and black hat on and a big like truncheon and hitting the copper and Judy on the head, and nobody would have known the difference between him and the puppet style Punch.
Yeah, nice one. Someone just sent me a message earlier saying Jack Ryan, although we've said Team America World Police, Tex Tucker, Captain Blue. Another one that has been brought to our attention is Joe 90. So we'll be keeping that one in the back burner. Anyway, off to Rhyl tonight. We are heading to Rhyl Rugby Club. It is f***ing sunshine here in the posh part of Liverpool, in Crosby. Yeah, what's been happening with your day? Up to much?
Done all really. Had my breakfast in Tesco this morning, then got home, done a bit of washing. It's all on the line now. Just took it easy, watched a bit of telly. Now drove up here to Crosby, to this posh area, and we're on our way now. And just a little question: anyone who's out there who's watching might want to tell me, because don't really understand. In Rhyl, round there, that part of North Wales, everything they say yeah at the end of it. They go, "Are you going to Rhyl? Yeah. Oh yes, so, oh you're a comedian, Frankie, aren't you?" Yeah, on the end of everything. What's it all about?
It's going to be a belter, small, intimate show, sold out, 150 people. Going to be lovely. I believe that the purpose of this show, either all of the proceeds or some of the proceeds, are going towards a hospice, and we will put some of that info in the vlog later on so you know the score, and in the description and stuff like that if you want to donate yourselves, because it seems like a great cause. It's always lovely to be doing something like that, isn't it?
It's great, and it's great to be working. We had a fantastic night last week in Chester with Mike, you know, Chester Football Club. Absolutely fantastic. So really looking forward to going a bit further on, quite a lot further on than Chester. It's about an hour from Chester, actually. An hour and 10 minutes or something like that, you know, down here.
No, it's an hour and 40. So
it's an hour and 40.
An hour and 40 apparently. Yeah. So Rhyl Rugby Club, we're heading. My dad's going to do 2 spots. I'm going to do a bit of MCing. It's boiling hot in the car, so we need to open the windows. So we'll take you on the road. Enjoy the vlog, enjoy the vibes. It's going to be a smash, innit?
Gonna have a brilliant night. Stay with us and we'll speak to you later. We're on the 855 now. We've just gone past Holywell. This road is always even, always very, very busy. So we've had a few detours. This Waze, it's called, that Will's got like AI, which takes into account where the road's kind of blocked, where there's a traffic jam. But even so, it took us, like, we've been on the road for about an hour and a half and we're only at Holywell. So it's a very busy road, this 855. Just looking around, look, there's some beautiful parts of the countryside here. It looks great.
We're going to be there in 20 minutes. Now, the reason that I'm a bit quiet on this chat, you know, we've been on the phone for a lot of it, to be honest with you, but some prick, I've just mentioned in one of the other vlogs about Room 101 and how I hate people driving up your arse. Dad, will you explain to everyone on the vlog about that helmet just then?
I don't know what it's been today. We've had nearly 3 crashes. People are coming out. What they used to say in the highway code, if failure on your test for it, emerging without due concern. That means flying out, not looking to see if anything's on your left or coming on the right. And we've had to blow the horn like now. That's happened twice, a couple of dickheads. But we're on the main 855, which is like a motorway. We've had a fella in a huge fucking truck, whatever, I don't know what the fuck you call it, you know, lorry or fucking...
Yeah, it's like a lorry, wasn't it?
Anyway, right behind us, blows his horn like the Titanic, and it blows us off the fucking road. And we didn't do anything. some of these people are just caught up in their own f***ing trip, you know. I'm driving a f***ing big lorry, I've got this truck, I can speak to people, you know, breaker 1, breaker 2. He's in front of us now, he's a f***ing dickhead. You can't hear me, but if ever watches this and you remember it, f*** off.
Sweet. So yeah, 20 minutes till we get to the venue. It's a lovely sunny day. To be honest with you, the jock has been so chilled and quiet. You've just been on the phone to a few people. Not much going on, but I'm sure this is going to be great. It feels quite cushy because it's only an hour and 40 minutes away from ours.
Yeah.
So excited. How are you feeling about it?
Feeling great. I mean, I'm not being funny. Golf clubs, rugby clubs, I should say, down here on the Welsh coast, they've done hundreds over the years. You know, they're great. It always speaks volumes about people. Once you know that they're prepared to go on field and freezing cold in the winter on a Saturday morning and play rugby for fucking hours on end, getting wringing wet, freezing cold in ice and snow, that tells you that they're good people and they'll have a good sense of humour. It'll be great here today. Really looking forward to it. You see some crazy things. There's a police car flying down the outside lane on the 855 here. He's just gone by us, he's just gone past. Probably see him now in the distance. You might be able to see blue light going around the corner. And there's an old car, some stupid in the car, in the right hand lane, wouldn't get out the way. That's one of my pet hates, that's room 101. You know, have you ever seen a traffic light where an ambulance is trying to get through? Somebody might be fucking choking on a fucking apple, and some dickhead just sitting there as though they can't hear the siren, they can't see the fucking ambulance, and they won't move. And I've seen it where the ambulance drivers had to get out and knock on the window and say to them, move. They're just dickheads.
We have arrived. We are at Rhyl Rugby Club.
Rhyl Rugby Club.
There's people outside chilling. You can see how sunny the day is.
Yeah, so I can't really see, my eyes aren't that good to see. Is it a rugby union or rugby league? I think it's probably our UFC.
Lovely chill journey. It was fine, wasn't it? Made
Great
a few
journey,
phone calls,
right in the
relaxed.
middle of Rhyl here. It's just outside Rhyl, the rugby club. Beautiful. If you look over here, you can see the start of Snowdonia.
Where?
Over there.
Oh yeah, right in the distance.
All the hills and things, so it's great here. We're just on the coast. We're not far actually from the beach here, but we won't be on the beach. We'll be in the club tonight, having a great time.
To be honest with you, if we had Jack with us, we would have had to make that trip to the beach because...
Well, Jack could have made a few quid this afternoon, really, because we're here early. He could have gone on in the Punch and Judy show and given the real, you know, the fella that dressed up as Punch with the nose and the hat, giving him a rest, because Jack could have done it, you know, he would have done, and nobody would have known the difference between Jack and the real Punch in the Punch and Judy show.
Right, gonna get my stuff out of the car. It's 5:15, doors at 6 o'clock tonight. Earlier start, which means that we get home earlier, but we're going to be in the moment tonight, enjoy the show. You thought that this was a different place, didn't you? You were saying they were noisy last time or something?
Yeah, no, I made a mistake. It was the football club we've just gone past. I thought you were pulling up there. I thought that was the rugby club, and we've done it before.
Right, we're going to make our way into the venue. Come with us, people. Here we are, arrived in the gaff. What do you reckon?
Looks great, and sets out very well. The tables and chairs aren't too close to the stage.
Well, we're going to get some chairs to cover.
Chester last week, do right up to the front, which was great, but this will work, you know, just as well.
Well, what he's going to do is he's going to cover that centre section with chairs.
Okay.
Not all the way forward, but we don't want that big gap in the middle, do we?
No, not really.
So,
Doing a few tables and chairs there.
so this is all going to be packed out tonight.
I'm just having a wee.
Go on, all sorted. We're just backstage in this little lovely conference room that we've got sorted. Me and my dad getting dressed here. We've got John, he's the event organiser here tonight. Lovely to meet him. Now, John is originally from Gorton, is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
Which is, for anyone who doesn't know...
It's in Manchester, right in the middle of Manchester. You know, you can follow the Hyde Road down to Gorton, or the Ashton New Road or Ashton Old Road, all leading into Gorton. And where he reckons, I think where he's from, was just where the Showcase Cinema was.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, and opposite was Bellevue Street, and I used to do the club round the corner from there, which I think was originally the Legion, but they changed the name to Frank's, and Joanne used to run it, you know.
So it was great. It was lovely around there. There's some smashing places around there. And no Manchester like the back of my hand. I mean, I used to do the GMT club in Mount Road in Levenshulme.
Mount Road, yeah.
Yeah, just on the corner there.
Right.
And as I say, for 4 years I was resident every Friday at the Napoleon Inn in Openshaw. The MC was Larry the Teapot. I speak to Larry quite a lot. He had like a bit of a gay act, but he wasn't gay. And he still lives in Gorton now. So Steelworks Tavern, you know, the Steelworks. So I know everywhere around there. I used to go up to, if you go a little bit further up, you get to Denton. You may not remember this, John. There was a place called Zach's. Do you ever remember it?
No,
And Big Wigs.
Yeah. I remember Big Wigs.
In Openshaw, yeah.
The name of Big Wigs.
Big Wigs, a fucking big club. They always had strippers on in the 80s and 90s, comedians on every night. It was fucking booming, you know, all over. Manchester was booming. It's always been a big city, probably one of the biggest cities for live entertainment, you know. Some of the fucking pubs and clubs around there. And it was sound, you know. I've done loads of places, never had any bother in Manchester. Used to do the Ben Briley in Moston. That was fucking rough, with strippers on all the time. Always had strippers on. Sunday morning drives, they called them. The Grey Mare and Grey Mare Lane as well, remember that, yeah. So yeah, so it's funny really that John's from Gorton, because people say Gorton, yeah, but it's Gorton and West Gorton. If you say to someone you're from Gorton, they go, oh no, I'm from West Gorton. I don't know why. Why is that?
Just down the road, just go west. That's how it is.
Yeah, so we're having a little catch up here because John's parents or your family used to run a couple of gaffs.
Yeah, in Gorton, yeah.
What were the places called?
Prince of Wales, the Pineapple, and she also had, what was it called? Suburban.
The Suburban. So if you remember any of those gaffs, let us know in the comments. And Dad, you probably worked with John's family, haven't you?
I've worked, and it just come to me now. You're going up past really the Bellevue Street, aren't you? Where your dad's pub on the left. On the left. I've done a show on there. Yeah, I've done a show there. And you get a little bit further up. There used to be a pub called a Pig and Ball Bearing.
Nah, I know exactly what you mean.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's your dad's pub wasn't as far as that.
No. Right,
so I played it, and I tell you, it was set back a little bit, wasn't it? And where I played it, he used to do. He used to have bands on at one stage, groups and things, and I'm sure I did it on a Sunday morning. He used to have Sunday morning shows with the girls, you know, in the 80s. Yeah. Is that still alive?
No, he passed 4 years ago.
Oh, probably not. Probably messing as I said, but worked there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right down the Hyde Road, Ashton Road, Ashton Home Road, Ashton New Road. Always hundreds of fucking pubs years ago, and they always had entertainment on. And the Pig and Ball Bearing, that was owned, funny enough, it was bought by a fella called Austin Knight. Now Austin Knight was a comedian, a Manchester comic, very, very good. And he bought him together with a fella called Aidan J. Harvey, another Manchester lad. He was on the TV years ago, he was an impressionist, but they owned the Pig and Ball Bearing, yeah.
What you've been about?
Been about, it's an only way round.
Belter, right, we're going to get on with the sound check. All ready to rock and roll here, getting well looked after. So big thanks to John for organising tonight's show. It looks like it's going to be a belter, doesn't it?
It's going to be a fantastic night. It's a lovely room. It's a great room, just right. And we'll do a sound check soon, but I'm sure, you know, it won't have any problems at all. So, and we've spoken to the security outside. He looks like a decent lad. I'm not saying we've been let down, but some of the lads that we've had on, they've just been shared fellas, you know what I mean? Yeah. Fellas, we've had fellas who've kicked off, you know. Remember when we were in Sunderland and the fellas kicked off in the crowd, and I said to the lad, go and have a word with him, and he bottled it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
He's a good lad.
Oh, he's a good lad.
Yeah. Fair play. Right, we'll get on with the sound check. I'm sure it's going to be an absolute smash. Let's go.
It's going to be great.
Frank, we've just come in to meet Colin, our DJ for the evening, and we're going to do a sound check. But we've got Andy here, and he's not from Rhyl. Where's he from?
He's from Garston.
Now, I've just been chatting to Andy. I said straight away, where's your accent from? Well, how come you down here? Oh, no, but you lived here for a long time. Oh, fair play. So he's just said, I'm from Garston, and then he's just said, the mud people. So I want to find out, what the fuck is the mud people? Can you explain?
All it is, where Garston is, if you go, it's a strange thing really, to anyone from Speak or Allen, and anyone in South Liverpool knows, once you've gone under the bridge to Garston, it's like you're going into another dimension.
Window Lane.
Is that right there? Is that right? Yeah.
I was born just off Window Lane.
Were you?
Yeah, and off the
Well, I used to do a club there, the Bobbins in Window Lane, years ago. So I know Garston very well. I mean, the Garston people are sound. As an audience, they're very, very good. They're rough and ready, they like it blue, they like getting picked on and whatever. But their nickname, the Mud People, is because during the war, or between the wars I should say, it was a very poor area, and Garston Docks was a big docks. Almost, they'd done more trade than Liverpool itself really at one stage, but there used to be mud flats on the docks, and what used to happen is people used to walk to school in the bare feet across the mud, and you know, very poor times obviously, but other areas were walking across pavements and grass, whatever. In Garston to get to school, I think you're right, isn't it? You had to walk across the mud flats, and people were caked in mud when they got to school, so they started calling them Mud People.
For sure.
Yeah.
So confirmation, is that true?
It's absolutely
Spot on.
And
He's
the
got
other
it
thing, I
flop
don't know
on.
whether you remember this, Will. What Garston people don't like is if you're having a go at them, it's like I mentioned Garston in the Hilton about 4 years ago, and a girl kicked off shouting, "Don't you say anything about Garston." And what I said about Garston, which anyone from Garston doesn't like, I said, you're from Garston, you can't read and write, and you sleep with your sisters. Yeah, they don't like that for some reason. They're very touchy about that. Yeah, so that's Garston.
Shoes with socks off as well, and use my toes.
But the people, Garston people, are sound. Yeah.
We have just done our sound check, all sorted. We did one little thing, tips of the trade people, just to make sure that the room is a little bit better. Obviously, you will have just seen the room. What did we do to make the room a little bit better?
What we did do, there was a bit of a gap, you know, from the stage area to the first row of seats. It was about 6 or 7 feet, and on the left-hand side of the room from the stage, there was a row of tables and seats that they'd put there, and they wouldn't have had a decent view. They would have just seen me from the fucking side. So what we've done, Will and John have just moved the tables and chairs right to the front, so making the room look more compact now. Got to be more intimate. Got to be very similar to last week when we were in Chester. The audience are right up to the stage, so it's not a bad thing. Very intimate. So that was a good move, Will, that you've just done there, moving the tables and chairs. Anyone in entertainment, if you're a comedian or you're a singer or whatever, when you get into a room, little bit of advice, have a look around. Don't accept the room for what it is. You'll go in some places and you'll be like 10 feet and there's no tables and chairs, or one side of the room there's no tables and chairs and they're all on the other. Don't work to that room, because they may have moved the tables and chairs out into another room in the afternoon to do something, or, you know, fucking some kind of a meeting or whatever, society. So always make sure the room is like what you want it. Even if it's a little bit inconvenient, people, the bar staff will always help you move the tables and chairs forward so that you've got a clear view of the crowd, and so you can put your arms around them, really. Very intimate, and that's the way it works best.
100%, even if it's just a case of mucking in. So literally, I've just grabbed the tables then myself. John helped me out. We plonked them in front of the, you know, the stage, because what it would have meant was, and I've seen comedians doing this loads of times, work from the floor. Now it's all good working from the floor, but if you don't have to work from the floor and you can work from the stage area or the performance area, it is a lot better, because you command more respect due to the fact that you're above everyone very slightly, and that level of elevation, even a small raise, just gives an aura of authority.
Yeah, I agree completely. And if there is a gap between the stage, too far, you know, the too long a distance between you and the crowd, then you're going to get problems. You know, you lose that kind of intimacy. So yeah, I think the room is ready to go.
So we're getting well looked after here. I've got a black coffee. My dad's got his milky tea, NATO standard, as Fordy might say it. And yeah, in this back room here, nice little chilled one. You've got some of the rugby shirts on the wall, and yeah, they all seem like great people, don't they?
Yeah, Ryl's a great place. We've been down here a few times, different places. They've done the football club, and
been to Towin, which is just down the coast from here. Used to do the Main Street bar in Towin, and Prestatyn's not far. You know, it's a kind of very big, huge holiday, you know, vacation area here, the North Wales coast. And the scenery is fantastic, as good as anywhere in the world. And you know what it's like in Britain, you don't know what kind of weather you're going to get.
If you are from anywhere in the UK and you haven't visited Wales before, it is a lovely place. Now, earlier on in the vlog, we told a little bit of a white lie to you, because we said that Jack Ryan was going on a cruise ship and that's why he couldn't attend this evening.
Yeah.
May as well be honest with them all. Basically, the puppeteer couldn't make this evening. And whilst we try to make Jack look as realistic as we possibly can,
Yeah.
you know, me or you operating him, it just wouldn't have.
Look.
I can't do the accent well
Yeah.
enough.
No, what happened was, Jack said to me, it nearly ended up in a bit of trouble really, because he went on the beach today, and Jack was setting up a tent. And as he's setting up this tent that's got like a square, like a window in it, you know,
Yeah.
he just happened to pop his head through the window. The next thing, there was about 60 kids sitting outside, and they were just laughing his fucking head off. And he was testing his mic. He's staying in the tent. He was testing his mic, and the kid was shouting out at him, "That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it." They thought it was a Punch and Judy show.
So, the fella who operates him obviously couldn't make tonight, so, I mean, I couldn't do his, I mean, I could try it. Like if I had the puppet and I was like, "Alright lad, what do you think?"
It sounds quite like, I mean, what's the name of the Mr. Poncinetta or some fucking thing it's called, isn't it?
Which?
The character, the
Oh, is
Punch
it?
and Judy, yeah.
I'm not sure, but that's the real reason why he's not on tonight's show, is because they didn't have a black curtain where the fella could stand behind and put his hand up his arse and do the thing like the puppeteering thing.
Well, Jack, I don't know where he is. He's somewhere in the Mediterranean now, isn't he, on a ship?
Norway is actually.
Norway?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he looks a bit Norwegian. But Jack is doing very well, as I say. He's been offered a role in the remaking of, what is it, Team USA?
Team America World Police.
Team America World Police. Jack looks like one of those puppets.
This man is sending me on orders what he's sending me to get.
Will, I'm just fucking hungry. I want a bit of chicken. Make a fucking huge song and dance about nothing.
You've just told me to not be pissing all over the chicken.
Yeah, because you said I'm going for a piss, and I asked you to get me some fucking chicken. So we'll make sure you wash your fucking hands.
I always do.
Oh. Look, we'll fuck off with that camera. I'm fed up with it.
What type of chicken do you want?
Pissy chicken. I want your piss dripping off your chicken. Oh, Will, leave me alone.
Here he is, Chicken Little Scrannon. I've got Jack Ryan calling now.
Put Jack on.
Hello?
The scrap line.
Is that the puppet?
This is the scrap line.
Hold on a minute.
Let me take a picture.
I'll tell you where that is. That's in Jack's bar, isn't it?
I would look. Was that me? I look fucking awful.
You know
there.
Gilly? You know Gilly, don't you? Does pop building.
I know Gilly, yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the lads who works with me.
Go on.
Yeah. He said he would love to come to Rugby Cards.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I know. He says he's introduced you loads of times.
Is that it? Where's that?
Um,
Is he a Scouser?
no, he's a Chester lad.
Okay.
But everyone thought he was fake. Fake Frankie Allen, was it? No, it's a real Frankie Allen. That's what you're doing. Yeah.
That's happened a few times, to be honest with you.
Unbelievable.
We've been doing big theatres, and we've been doing well, selling them out and all that. I don't like doing them, because I said to him, I'd rather go back to the old clubs and pubs, but Will wouldn't let me do it. I love people getting up, taking the piss out of them, picking on them, and going to the toilet, people going to the bar. And so a fella come on from Bedford, and he had a pub, it was a big pub, he said, we'll do a pub, and I said, we'll do a pub. But the problem we had when we went down there, this fella, he put an ad in the window and all that, and people just walked past, he said, it's not Frankie Allen, it must be a tribute. So that's what's probably happened here.
Bad, it's, can't understand it.
And you recognised Stuart's accent immediately here, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because I've worked on the clubs for that long, the Wolverhampton accent is quite different really than Birmingham. In fact, it's very different.
Yes, it is.
So I got on to his accent straight away really. I'm not sure whether it's Tipton, is it?
But it's Bushbury.
round the corner.
Everyone says I'm from Birmingham. Everyone, you're the first person that's ever said it. Wolverhampton, because I've lived here for 36 years.
Yeah.
So it's a bit bilingual.
Got you.
Yeah. You know, yeah.
I remember, you won't believe this, it was a few years ago, I did Wolverhampton Civic Hall with Paul Gascoigne on the sports was dinner with him a few years ago, yeah. Yeah, but it was strange, yeah. But Wolverhampton, we often do Jack Sparrow, we used to do in town, all the Indian lads, fucking sound, yeah. Well, come on then.
Right, can I?
Yeah, of course, I'll take it. We are about to kick the show off. The show's ready to start a little bit earlier. It was supposed to start at 7 o'clock. Then we pushed it to 7:30. Then we said 8 o'clock, but now we're pushing it forward again to 7:45 because people are flowing in. How did the chicken go down?
Chicken was lovely, and just been for another cup of tea. So they're great here, they really looked after us. Very hospitable, the word is.
Belter, right, I'm going to take you with us. Sorry, I'm going to take you with me while I go and check the room out, and then we're going to come back and hopefully get me dad on stage more or less ASAP. So ready to rock and roll. Feeling good, Dad?
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be a belter. So I'll just try and get some of the show footage for you.
You've always got to remember the rough area. The rough area is called the Rezo around here, around Rhyl. Press that and the Rezo.
Let's go, let's have it.
You two girls, you two sisters, are you? Just wondering where Cinderella was. Don't do it now, fuck off. Don't be filming me, mate. Put that away. Fuck off. Showing all your mates in the clinic. I'll be coming on later on. You've been a great audience. All the best.
Boys and girls, let's hear it for Frankie.
Live reaction.
Very good, great. They were kind of like a little bit quiet to begin with, and they were a little bit, we said something they thought was a little bit over the top, but got round them, just, and in the end it was great, fantastic.
Boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, as we always say, it's fascinating from the perspective of you get different shows and how the tickets are sold are so integral to how the actual audience is on the night. Yeah,
I did notice some of the crowd here weren't used to it, or they may well have been a little bit shocked.
Yeah, what happens is if you get like a show like this where they're raising money or anything like that, you get a load of fellas who know my dad really well and they'll go, oh fucking hell, Frankie Allen's on. Yeah.
You do get some people who haven't been out for 12 months.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you get, people who haven't
not used to being an audience.
Not used to being an audience.
Don't know me dad that well in terms of...
Frankie Allen means nothing to them.
Yeah.
They just come out to support the charity shows. Some of them did tonight. And at first anyway, first 10 minutes, they get kind of a shock.
Yeah.
But they get used to it.
Yeah. It was a cracker. That's the first time in a long time that you've watched me live on stage, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
You're very good, yeah. With the heads and tails, brilliant. It's a great idea for breaking the ice.
Yeah, sounding it. Hopefully you got to see some of the content of the show. And for anyone moaning for the fact that we don't put the fucking whole show out.
We can't.
If we kept putting it out,
there'd be no show left.
There'd be no fucking show left, exactly. A lot of it is crowd participation, but not the whole show. And for anyone who says, oh, all Frankie Allen does is just ribbing people in the audience, I can't put the jokes in the fucking vlog or on YouTube because there'd be, as you say, there'd be no show left.
There'd be no show. People would know all the gags and no one would turn up to watch it. They'd all be, and anyone that did, they'd be shouting out, we heard it, we've heard it, you know. So.
John's getting the teas in for us and the coffee, hospitality legend.
Thanks, mate.
And John, how's the show going so far?
Spot on. More better than I could have ever wished for, to be honest.
Spot on, brilliant. So we're just backstage with John after the show. He's been very hospitable with us. He's been great, hasn't he, Dad, to be fair?
Brilliant, fantastic, good lad. And it's weird, isn't it? The UK, probably 70, 80 million people in it. But I'm always meeting people like John who knows people that I know. And he knows them very well, and I know. So it's like a jigsaw puzzle of people all over the UK, all kind of. There's a connection to everybody, anybody. You could probably go right through the UK with connections to every person.
Defo. So John was just telling us about a phone call he had the other day. So a fella rang you up.
Asking me if the real Frankie Allen was on tonight, and I said, well, yeah, of course he is. You know, why would it be anybody else? There's only one Frankie Allen. And I'm not just saying that because he's sat in front of me or his son's holding the camera. I'm saying it because he's one of the funniest guys I've ever met. I've watched him loads of times on YouTube and different things over the internet. Tonight, first time I've seen him live, and I'll be having him again and again and again because he's a fucking quality man and his son is a quality guy.
Oh, top man, top man. So yeah, fella ringed you up and he said, fucking hell, he's not the Cheetah Mill version.
Yeah, I said to him, he's not the Cheetah Mill version. Yeah.
I know what you mean.
So
Cheetah Mill's all closed down now, by the way. But I know what he means, but we've had a little bit of that when we went to Bedford. Fella was advertised and he said, people ringing up, who is it? Is it a tribute to Frankie Allen? He said no. Spot on, but yeah, tonight's been fantastic, and as my dad says, it's fun. It makes it fun for you lads to watch as well, for us going on our travels, meeting people all over the UK, great people like John, and tonight's been fucking spot on so far. So my dad's going back on in the second half, we're chilling out, little coffee backstage, and my dad's been smashing in the chicken as well, which has been done in. So. Chicken was lovely, lovely buffet here tonight, but the people have been great. And I believe we've raised a lot of money for charity, or John's raised a lot of money for charity here this evening, which is never a bad thing.
He's in Everton, lads.
This isn't Jelly Springer, man. I'm not talking a fucking like fuck off. Alright, mate.
And that girl there, you look lovely there, look.
Hey, that's my mother, that.
I thought so, you're ugly, Colin. Well, when you were a kid, you had to feed you with a catapult. You were a fantastic goal, you've done the very best.
Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and give it up one more time for the UK's most famous comedian, Mr. Frankie Allen.
Live reaction, tell me.
Absolutely fantastic night, brilliant. Lovely to meet John. Very, very friendly people here. It's been absolutely amazing.
Boss, anything else to say? I mean, what was the crowd like?
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. A little bit of a different crowd. Had to work and move, you know, kind of move around them and see what they actually wanted, but no, they were brilliant in the end.
A lot of couples and stuff like that, wasn't it?
Like silly stuff in the end, you know.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic, great night.
Great, lovely. Right, well, it is 10 o'clock, gang, so that means that hopefully we'll be on before midnight. They've got, you know, they've been so hospitable tonight. Lovely audience, lovely people, more than anything. And just night like this, just what it's all about, isn't it?
Just absolutely amazing. You go in, you're welcomed, you kind of like, I don't know, you meet, it's great, fantastic meeting new people all the time. There's some lovely people in the UK, well, all over the world, it's great. And we're meeting them and entertaining them. It's a two-way thing. I think they're great, they think we're great, and we do very well. So we're doing fantastic at the moment. Onwards and upwards.
Let's go. So I'm going to get packed away. What more can I say? I mean, huge thank you to John here. He's been so lovely to deal with throughout. We had a lovely evening. You know, 2 security staff. The DJ Colin was great. You know, and to be honest with you, it's ran in the way that a show should be ran.
It was run very well, yeah.
Because we talked about auctions and raffles, and there was a singer and all the rest of it. And they, you know, there's often different ways in which you can run it. They were thinking about doing a singer at the start, but you know, obviously we're so experienced that we understand how the show works in the best format. Now they've got a room full of people who've laughed the night away. They've had a good bit of scran. they're going to get them all pissed, get the raffle done, get the auction, and Andy's going to sing his tunes and get them fucking going.
And you got value for money as well tonight. You got 2 great spots tonight. Fantastic.
Boss. So at one point during my dad's set, everywhere we go, he gets a fella up on stage, usually a young lad, and you do a routine, like a silly routine.
Tongue twister, nursery rhymes.
But you will have seen this evening, my dad invited a young lad on stage, and you just said something off the cuff, which...
Got a huge laugh. So what you got to be careful, you got a huge laugh, and then the routine I had planned, if I would have done it, it wouldn't have worked. Because
just explain what the joke was that you said to him.
Fella came up on stage, but I didn't realise he was so skinny, and he's walking towards the stage, and I thought, fucking hell, he's very, very thin, terribly skinny. So straight away, I felt that the audience were looking at him. They were getting on the fact that he was skinny. So I turned around, faced the crowd, and said, ladies and gentlemen, look at this man. I'd like you to think tonight about the dangers of steroid abuse.
Yeah.
Got a fucking big laugh.
And then you'd planned to do something.
I planned to do my tongue twisting routine. It's only a 3 or 4 or 5 minute routine, but I just dropped it then because I knew it got a huge laugh and I'd have to go somewhere else. I wasn't gonna. You know, sometimes it's like anything else. People say you put a comedian on a show, if he brings the house down, put another comedian on, it's hard for him to follow. Yeah, that's very true. It's also sometimes hard to follow yourself. If you open up too strong on a show, bringing the fucking house down with great material, everyone's screaming, laughing. After you've done that material, 10, 15 minutes, where do you go then? You know, you just die. So you've got to be very gradual the way you build your laughter up. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. It's just like a boxer. You can't walk out all guns blazing, then slowly get beat on points at the end. You've got to build up. So in the end, you win them over and you get a TKO.
Basically, you had a combo in your back pocket, but you hit him with a right hook and the audience went down basically, so you just thought, right, no need to drop, just no need to keep going.
I came up, you know, I had a game plan that I was going to do a little routine, and then the offer gruff remark had brought the house down, then I didn't need to do it, then I just dropped it.
Yeah, feeling the audience and rolling with the punches. So yeah, gonna get packed away, fantastic night, you know, we'll take you on the journey home. We're gonna go and get changed now. Tired? Feeling okay?
Yeah, I'd like to get home now and get one of my meal preps down where you can get to bed.
Just going back in to say thank you?
Just to say goodbye to everyone.
Well, at least nobody tried to stab you.
Quick stop for a full rack mull, as we call it.
In Rhyl, we're in Rhyl, North Wales. Got a fantastic night, and we both got the munchies. So here we are at Rhyl McDonald's, and we've been to. What was the last McDonald's we went to? The one in Rotherham McDonald's, was it?
Probably, yeah. Haven't had one for a little while. So
we're doing great.
Gonna come in and have a little bit of a scoff here. And I know you guys love the taste tests and the way my dad eats nuggets out the box. So gonna go in and get a little bit of a scran in here. The Don of wraps, getting a chicken Caesar wrap. What's it saying? Grilled Caesar wrap. As usual, I've got my normal order. Chicken nuggets, triple cheeseburger, and I've also got a little Sprite Zero there for the gang. So, let me get tucked into this and see what it's fucking saying. Oof, it's one cheesy triple cheeseburger there. Outrageously heavy as usual. You need to get your protein in. Triple cheeseburger's the one. So while we are having a scram, I've realised from watching these vlogs that apart from doing the actual shows themselves, you don't kind of really get to see what we do in the rest of our everyday lives. So I want to ask my dad, post gig tomorrow, what will you be up to in the morning?
I'll be in bed, because relaxing, trying to get over today.
And then?
No.
We go for the scanner.
I'll go for breakfast in the morning, but the rest of the day don't worry, I'll be cleaning up and things.
Chilled one. I have to say, these are some of the best nuggets I've seen in my life. How are you rating the wrap, Dad? Would you recommend it?
Not
Got a
bad.
bit of lettuce on your cheek.
Well, fucking leave me alone, will you?
What do you mean?
So what a bit of lettuce on me fucking cheek? Won't let me breathe.
Yes, gang, we are back home. It is only 12:30 PM because it was a chilled jock home by the man himself, Jerry Joxley, with Peter Pasley in the passenger seat.
And it's the 1st of June.
Mm.
So, yeah, you know, Rhyl isn't that far really, not as far as what you'd think. About an hour and a quarter to go up. Went to McDonald's, had something to eat. But the actual evening tonight was fantastic. Lovely club, lovely people, great audience. The DJ, Colin, John, the security were all brilliant. Just totally faultless. Will was on form.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I went down great and thoroughly enjoyed it. Brilliant.
Very wholesome night. They raised money for charity. We had a smashing night. It was just class all round, and you know, very hospitable, very warm people. You know, can't really fault it in any which way, shape or form. I think my dad's desperate to get off. He was having a little kip in the back. Keen to get home to kip.
I'll get home now. I'm not desperate to get home, but I want to get home. It's just people don't realise you're on the stage. You know, I was on the stage kind of like for half an hour, 40 minutes, then went back on for another session, another half an hour, and came back on to do another 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and sing it at the end. You know, it's kind of like big strain on your brain and your body.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, big thanks for everyone who's watched. We had an enjoyable night, and I hope you enjoyed it too. Big thanks to everyone at the club, everyone who came along and bought the tickets and had a laugh. And Rhyl, you are fucking sound, that's all I can say.
Rhyl was great, and good night to everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Nice one, people. Catch you on the next one. Later.